Did you know that nearly 70% of older adults are unknowingly eating nuts that may increase inflammation, raise bad cholesterol, and quietly damage vital organs over time? It's true. And the most alarming part? These are often the very nuts marketed as heart-healthy, keto-approved, or rich in good fats. But beneath that healthy image, certain nuts can silently trigger inflammation that worsens arthritis, disrupt cholesterol, and even impair memory as you age. One nut in particular, which we'll reveal very soon, has even been linked to liver and brain toxicity when eaten too often. The worst part? It's found in almost every senior snack drawer, and it's still being recommended in many low-carb diet plans. But don't worry, because in this video we're going to expose the 4 most dangerous nuts for seniors, then guide you through 4 of the healthiest ones to eat instead. The ones that actually support your brain, heart, joints, and overall longevity. So if you're over 60 or caring for someone who is, this could be one of the most important nutrition videos you watch all year. Stay with us till the end because nut number 1 on the bad list contains a hidden compound almost no one talks about. But it could be quietly harming your liver, kidneys, and brain without a single symptom. Before we begin, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone you care about. Bad seeds 1. Peanuts, the inflammatory trigger. Let's start with one of the most familiar and most misleading nuts on the list. Peanuts. You see, despite the name, peanuts aren't actually nuts, they're legumes. And unlike tree nuts, they grow underground, in conditions that make them highly vulnerable to mold and something far worse. That something worse? It's called aflatoxin, a naturally occurring toxin produced by mold. And aflatoxins have been directly linked to liver damage and an increased risk of certain cancers. Here's what's scarier. As we age, our body becomes less efficient at detoxifying these compounds. Meaning, the older you are, the more dangerous peanuts may quietly become. But that's not all. Even if you're not allergic, certain proteins in peanuts can trigger low-grade inflammation throughout the body. And for older adults already living with joint pain, heart disease, or memory problems, this quiet inflammation can make everything worse, slowly, and without obvious symptoms. Peanuts are also very high in omega-6 fatty acids. And if your omega-3 intake is low, as it is for most people, this imbalance can fuel chronic inflammation. Over time, this puts more stress on the heart and increases the risk of heart attacks, strokes, and even cognitive decline. Now, you might be thinking, I mostly eat peanut butter. But commercial peanut butters are often worse. Many contain hydrogenated oils, added sugars, and loads of sodium, all of which raise blood pressure and strain the heart. Even the natural ones often include added salt that can quietly push your numbers higher. Improperly stored peanuts are another threat. When left too long, their oils become rancid, forming free radicals that damage cells and accelerate aging. And if they're dry roasted at high temps, that creates acrylamide, a compound linked to neurodegeneration. If memory loss runs in your family, this is not a nut you want on your regular snack list. Still love peanuts? That's okay. You don't have to give them up forever. But try swapping them out just a few days a week. With anti-inflammatory options like almonds or walnuts, you'll reduce your exposure to harmful compounds while actively supporting better brain, heart, and joint health. Bad seeds 2. Cashews, the hidden sugar spike. They're smooth, they're buttery, they're addictive, and for many seniors, cashews feel like the healthy indulgence. But the truth? Cashews might be one of the worst nuts for older adults, especially when it comes to blood sugar and bone health. Unlike most other nuts, cashews are surprisingly high in carbohydrates. Just 1 ounce has about 9 grams, nearly triple the carbs of almonds or walnuts. And with almost half of adults over 60 dealing with diabetes or prediabetes, this sugar spike can quietly put them at serious risk. What makes this worse is the health halo that surrounds cashews. They look healthy, they taste clean, but every handful could be spiking your glucose, stressing your metabolism, and making you feel more sluggish over time. Cashews also contain oxalates, compounds that bind to calcium in your gut. That means your body can't absorb it properly. And when you're over 60, already at risk for bone thinning and fractures, this hidden effect could be robbing you of the very mineral your body needs most. That's not the only concern. Oxalates don't just affect your bones, they also contribute to kidney stone formation. And after age 60, the risk rises fast, especially if you're prone. Cashews might taste creamy, but the consequences can be sharp, literally. Did you know? Raw cashews naturally contain urushiol, the same toxic compound found in poison ivy. Processing removes it, yes. But the high heat used can damage the healthy fats and reduce cashews' nutritional value. Their soft texture and buttery flavor, it makes them dangerously easy to overeat. Especially with a slower metabolism, every handful adds up. And in seniors, even a few hundred extra calories a day can quietly turn into weight gain, insulin resistance, and fatigue. Love that creamy crunch? Swap cashews for almonds or walnuts. They give you more protein, fiber, and healthy fats with far fewer risks. You'll satisfy the craving, fuel your brain, and protect your bones, all in one small handful. Bad seeds 3. Macadamia, the caloric bomb. They're luxurious, they're smooth, and they're one of the most expensive nuts in the world. But macadamia nuts, for older adults, might also be one of the most problematic. Because behind that rich, buttery taste lies a calorie bomb, ready to quietly derail your health. Just 1 ounce of macadamia packs around 200 calories. That's more than double the calories in the same amount of strawberries, or even more than a slice of toast with butter. And when your metabolism slows down after 60, as it naturally does, that calorie load adds up fast. On top of that, macadamia are extremely high in fat, around 22 grams per ounce. While some fats are good, too much, especially of the saturated kind, can overwhelm your system. And for older adults with a sluggish gallbladder, that fat might trigger sudden attacks, nausea, or pain. Macadamia nuts also contain one of the highest levels of saturated fat among nuts, about 3 grams per ounce. That can raise your LDL, bad cholesterol, especially risky for seniors already managing heart conditions. What feels like a healthy fat could be silently damaging your arteries. And don't forget the crunch. Macadamia are among the hardest nuts out there. For seniors with crowns, implants, or bridges, they can crack more than just flavor. They can crack your dental work, or worse, your confidence to eat. And here's what most people don't know. Oxidized fats in macadamia, especially if they're old or improperly stored, form free radicals. These free radicals damage cells, accelerate aging, and put more stress on your liver and kidneys. Most store-bought macadamia are also heavily salted and oil roasted, making them even more inflammatory and high in sodium. And because they're so expensive, many people buy lower quality versions which are more likely to have gone rancid. If you love their rich crunch, try swapping them for pistachios. They're flavorful, colorful, easier on your teeth, and far better for your heart and waistline. They satisfy that craving without the collateral damage. Bad seeds 4. Pine nuts, the medication disruptor. They're tiny, they're slippery, and they look completely harmless. But for older adults, especially those taking medications, pine nuts may be one of the most dangerous nuts of all. Pine nuts contain bioactive compounds that can interfere with over 60% of common prescription medication: blood pressure meds, statins, antidepressants, even blood thinners. The result? Medications may not work as intended, and side effects can appear when you least expect them. One of the strangest, but very real, effects of pine nuts is called pine mouth syndrome. It causes a persistent metallic or bitter taste that can last for days, even weeks. And for older adults, this can lead to loss of appetite and unintentional weight loss. Losing your appetite might sound harmless, but for seniors struggling to maintain weight and proper nutrition, it's a serious issue. Studies show that up to 42% of people with pine mouth experience noticeable weight loss. And with age, even mild weight changes can affect immunity, strength, and recovery. Pine nuts are extremely high in polyunsaturated fats, the kind that oxidize quickly. When these fats go rancid, they create inflammatory byproducts that can worsen arthritis, heart disease, and brain aging. Their small size and slippery texture make pine nuts a choking hazard, especially for those with dry mouth or swallowing difficulties, which are very common over 65. Many seniors on medications experience dry mouth as a side effect, meaning pine nuts are the worst of both worlds. Pine nuts also contain enzyme inhibitors that block protein digestion. And as we age, the ability to absorb and use protein naturally declines. For seniors, this interference could affect muscle retention, healing, and overall energy. Perhaps most alarming, some varieties of pine nuts have been linked to macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in seniors. You might be adding them to a salad for a touch of elegance, but they could be speeding up the loss of your central vision. Love that bit of crunch? Try pumpkin seeds or sliced almonds instead. They're easier to digest, safer for your mouth, and far less likely to interfere with your medication. Your heart, your brain, and your stomach will thank you. Good seeds. 1. Almonds, the bone-strengthening powerhouse. Let's start strong with a nut that's been quietly protecting seniors for decades. Almonds are more than just a healthy snack. They're one of nature's most effective bone defenders, especially as aging weakens skeletal strength. Just a quarter cup of almonds provides nearly 100 milligrams of calcium. That's a big deal because after 60, your bones lose density faster every year. And calcium isn't just for your skeleton, it's essential for muscle contractions, nerve function, and heart rhythm. But almonds offer more than calcium. They're packed with magnesium, a mineral that helps calcium move into bones instead of hardening in arteries. In short, magnesium tells your body where to send calcium: bones, not blood vessels. Almonds are rich in monounsaturated fats, the same heart-friendly fats found in olive oil. These help lower LDL, bad cholesterol, and support healthy blood pressure. A small handful each day can help reduce your risk of heart disease, still the one killer, in adults over 60. For seniors struggling with digestion or constipation, almonds bring relief. Each serving has around 3.5 grams of fiber, which helps food move smoothly and supports healthy gut bacteria. That's crucial, since nearly 40% of adults over 65 experience regular digestive issues. Almonds may also protect your memory. A study from Tufts University found their unique mix of vitamin E and flavonoids helps defend brain cells against oxidative stress, a major driver of cognitive decline. Pro tip: eat almonds with the skin on. The skin contains flavonoids that work with vitamin E to double antioxidant effects. It's like armor for your cells and fuel for your brain. A note of caution: almonds can be a choking hazard if not chewed well. So go slow, take your time, and aim for 15-20 almonds per day, preferably raw or dry roasted with no added salt. Good seeds. 2. Walnuts, the brain-boosting nut. Ever notice how a walnut looks like a human brain? That's no coincidence, it's nature's hint. Because walnuts aren't just good for your body. They're one of the most powerful foods for supporting memory, focus, and long-term brain health. Walnuts contain more ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, than any other common nut. ALA is a plant-based omega-3 that feeds brain cells, strengthens cell walls, and improves neural communication. For aging minds, it's like oil for your mental engine. In one study published in the Journal of Nutrition, seniors who ate just 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily for 8 weeks showed measurable improvements in processing speed and mental flexibility. No pills, just real food. Walnuts are packed with polyphenols which actually cross the blood-brain barrier. That means they don't just reduce inflammation in your body, they reduce inflammation in your brain too, slowing down processes that lead to Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. Walnuts also contain natural melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle. As we age, our melatonin levels drop, making sleep harder. A few walnuts in the evening may help restore deeper, more restful sleep. Walnuts support circulation through arginine, an amino acid that relaxes blood vessels. More oxygen, more blood to the brain. That means sharper thinking, better mood, and protection from age decline. To keep their healthy fats fresh, store walnuts in the fridge or freezer. Their oils are delicate and can go rancid at room temperature. For the best benefits, crack 'em fresh. It's a small act, but a great way to engage fine motor skills and stay connected to what you eat. Some people find walnuts a little bitter, but that bitterness comes from antioxidants doing their job. It's a signal. You're feeding your brain what it truly needs. Don't shy away from it, embrace it. Good Seeds 3 Pistachios, the blood pressure regulator. They're colorful, they're fun to crack open, and they just might be one of the most powerful heart-smart snacks for older adults. Pistachios are more than tasty, they're one of the best nuts for regulating blood pressure naturally. Pistachios have an exceptional potassium to sodium ratio. About 285 milligrams of potassium per ounce, and very little natural sodium. That balance is key, especially since aging kidneys often hold on to more sodium than they should. Potassium helps flush that excess, keeping your blood pressure steady. Studies show that eating pistachios daily can lower systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points. That's comparable to some blood pressure medications, but without side effects, and a whole lot tastier. Pistachios aren't just good for your heart, they also protect your eyes. They are rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, two pigments that support the macula, the part of your eye responsible for sharp, central vision. That's critical for seniors facing macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss over 60. Pistachios have a soft, satisfying crunch. Not too hard for aging teeth, but crunchy enough to be satisfying. And the act of shelling them? That keeps your hands busy and your brain engaged. A simple form of mindful eating. Shelling slows you down. That's a good thing. Research shows people eat 20–40% fewer calories when they shell pistachios compared to eating pre-shelled ones. And for seniors managing weight and blood sugar, that little pause matters a lot. With about 3 grams of fiber per serving, pistachios help slow sugar absorption and stabilize energy. That makes them a smart snack for anyone dealing with type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance, which includes nearly 1 in 4 adults over 60. For best results, aim for about 49 pistachios per day. That's 1 ounce. Choose unsalted or lightly salted versions to avoid raising your sodium levels. And keep them in a cool, dry place to preserve their antioxidant power. Good Seeds 4 Brazil nuts, the thyroid healer. Just 1 Brazil nut a day could make a dramatic difference in your health, especially when it comes to energy, metabolism, and mood. It's one of the most potent nuts on the planet, and also one of the easiest to overdo. Brazil nuts are the richest natural source of selenium, a trace mineral that's critical for thyroid health. Your thyroid uses selenium to convert hormones into their active form. Without enough, metabolism slows down, fatigue sets in, and mood begins to dip. Up to 1 in 5 adults over 65 have some form of thyroid dysfunction. Many don't even know it. Symptoms like brain fog, low energy, brittle hair, or cold hands might not be aging. They could be a quiet thyroid problem, and selenium might be the missing link. Selenium also supports the myelin sheath, the protective covering around your nerves. That means better reaction time, coordination, and mental sharpness as you age. The selenium in Brazil nuts is more bioavailable than what you'd get from most supplements. That means your body absorbs and uses it more efficiently, no synthetic pills needed. Because they're so rich in selenium, too many Brazil nuts can be harmful. More than 2 per day on a regular basis can lead to selenium toxicity, causing symptoms like fatigue, hair loss, or even nerve issues. Brazil nuts also contain antioxidants that may protect telomeres, the caps at the ends of your DNA strands that shorten with age. Longer telomeres are associated with slower aging and better longevity. To keep them fresh, store Brazil nuts in the fridge or freezer. Their oils are delicate and go rancid quickly. Choose whole nuts in the shell when possible and aim for just 1 or 2 per day. Simple, powerful, easy to remember. We've covered a lot, and if there's one thing to take away, it's this. What you snack on matters more than you think. The right nut can be like natural medicine. The wrong one could be quietly working against you. We exposed the 4 worst nuts for seniors, the ones that inflame joints, disrupt digestion, raise blood pressure, or interfere with medication. Then we showed you the 4 best nuts to protect your brain, strengthen your bones, support your heart, and balance hormones. It's not about fear, it's about awareness. If you're over 60 or caring for someone who is, you know how small things add up. A handful of nuts, a daily habit, a smarter choice, can lead to more energy, clearer thinking, better sleep, and stronger years ahead. Know someone who needs to hear this? Share this video with them. Help them clean out their snack drawer. Help them trade confusion for clarity. Drop a comment below. Have you noticed a difference after changing the nuts you eat? Which one surprised you most today? We'd love to hear your story. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more science-backed wellness tips designed just for the 60+ community. Thanks for spending this time with us. Remember, the goal isn't to be perfect. It's to be just a little more intentional each day. So take care of your body, fuel your brain, and keep choosing foods that help you age well.